How's it going, people? My name is Big Mini, and this here is a little commentary. We're playing here on Galmud Railway, playing some Rush, attacking. We start off spawning in the tank here, and I just want to note quickly here off the bat that the tank driver in this tank is one of the worst I've ever seen, actually. Sometimes you just see these people, they hop in the tank and they sit like a mile back from the action, and they just sit there and they don't do anything. And the whole game they'll just sit miles back from everything, contribute nothing, occasionally kill one or two people, and then at the end of the game they'll go like 10-1 maybe. And it's just, it annoys me just seeing that. Like, you're getting rewarded for playing like a bitch. I wasn't planning on having that rant, but it's just something that really pisses me off. And when people are repairing you, don't move back and forward. People do it all the time. You'll see in a minute, it's worse with this guy in a minute's time. All you do is just leave the guy repairing you that's trying to do you a favour in danger, and he just gets left out in the open and you end up getting shot that way. It's just, oh fucking hell, man, just stop moving back and forward. I mean, if you have a guy repping you and you get in a one-on-one fight with another tank, you're probably gonna win because you have a guy repping you. You know, it makes sense. Anyway, let's get into the bulk of this video here. So, we want to talk about maps and shit like that because a few days ago made a video titled The Worst Map in Battlefield 4, and a lot of people sort of got discussing what maps they really did not enjoy in this game, and the occasional time someone would leave a comment saying they liked this map or that map, and you know, mainly it was negative about the maps in this game. I want to delve a bit further into that, and I feel that maps in the past couple of Battlefield games have been kind of weak in comparison to the older Battlefield games. Now, take note when I say older Battlefield games, I mean games like Bad Company 1, Bad Company 2, stuff like that. I didn't really play Battlefield 2 back in the day. I had like the console version, and it was shit. I didn't have PSN or nothing. It was just a fucking waste of time. So I'm talking about the sort of more modern Battlefield games, but you know, there were a few years back as well. Fuck, man, Battlefield Bad Company 1, but that was 6 years ago. I just made myself feel old. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, we're talking about the maps, and I think that in the past two Battlefield games, the maps have been kind of lackluster in comparison. When it came to Bad Company 2 especially, the map design in that game was fantastic for the most part. There was a few maps here and there that I think were less than savoury, but there was quite a few of them in that game that were just awesome, and they took a couple of ones, I think only one map from Bad Company 1, that being Oasis, and they brought that back for that game. That was a great map on Bad Company 1. But the map design since then, they've really focused way too much on sort of choke pointy maps, or, well, I say that, it's not really the case for everything, and here's that guy just being a fucking moron and we're trying to repair him. But what I'm saying is, the maps, I don't think these days the maps are really created all too well for specific game modes, I think is the problem with the map design in the recent Battlefield games, because they're making all these new game modes and they just flood the server sort of like, oh, you can play like this or this or this or this or this, and they're going to do it furthermore when more expansions come out. We'll touch on that in a second though, but they've flooded the sort of the server filters with all these different game modes, and they've not really put too much detail into what maps play certain game modes. Instead of like they used to do, where they would have some maps would have Conquest and Rush, and you know, maybe you could play TDM on this map or that map, but other maps you can't play those modes, and they're catered towards maybe big Conquest maps or something like that instead of Rush. In this game, what they do is they make, like, for the base game there's like, what, like 10 maps, something like that, and they just make every game mode available on all the maps, and for the sort of smaller game modes they pick out certain sections of the maps to go with those game modes, and some of these selections are really good. I like this map for like team deathmatch and domination and stuff like that. The little bit with the houses and stuff, that works fine. But the video I made the other day showcased one of the really poorer choices when it came to map design or choice of map or whatever for squad deathmatch it was. Now I know this is a game mode not a lot of people play. I don't personally play it. It just came up in the server rotation, and I thought, why not? Let's try this out. And the map was horrible. They picked one part of Silk Road where it was just open plains everywhere, and no matter where you were, you would just get shot from snipers from every direction, and there was really nothing you could do. That is bad map design. I think if you are a decent player, you know where to be, when to be there, so you won't get shot from everywhere. You can move cover to cover, you know, keeping in decent sort of cover and not getting your head blown off from any direction. But on this map in particular, there was nothing you could do. If you try and go anywhere, you will get shot. You needed to equip yourself with a sniper rifle because that was the only weapon that was really gonna work with this map. Because everyone was so far apart, there was so much open room, and really if you've got 4 snipers shooting at you and you've got an assault rifle from, I don't know, 200 meters away from them, you're gonna die, you're not gonna win that gunfight 9 times out of 10. And I just felt that it was really poor choice and poor map design. So I just feel that they need to be sort of more prudent in what they pick to go on certain maps, and I don't think they're going to do it with this game. They've already made their choice of what they're going to do with this game, and I like this little shot just there with the RPG. The guy went in behind cover and I saw he was there, and it was like, oh son, your wall's now going to disappear. I think they need to return back to the way they used to do things and make certain maps for certain game modes rather than just chuck every game mode on every map all the time, because it just becomes a mess that way. And more often than not, certain game modes do not work whatsoever on certain maps. I don't know, I want you guys to leave your comments down below. What map and game mode combination outright does not work, apart from obviously the one I just mentioned a minute ago with Silk Road Squad Deathmatch? What ones, in your opinion, do not work in the slightest? One that I'm showcasing right here, right now, is one of the best for Rush. This year's Gone with Railway on Rush. This works fine. There's enough cover to move up and get close to your enemies. There's enough sort of room to flank around everyone. It's not a huge choke point. It is fairly linear, but it's not too linear to the point where you just get stuck. And it's well thought out exactly where everything should be for a Rush game. But then when you get to ones like Operation Locker, and it's just a huge choke point, it's fucking stupid sometimes. And it's the same with Operation Metro, and we're going to touch on that just now. Now you may or may not have heard in the last couple of days that there's a sort of rumour, or there's sort of stuff has been leaked about Second Assault, and a lot of people have been wondering about Second Assault. That of course being the next expansion pack that the PC, the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and I don't know about the Xbox 360. Does Xbox 360 already have it? I know the Xbox One has it, but I don't know about 360. But apparently it's going to be getting released on the 18th. That's a week from today, so that's fairly close. Apparently it was leaked on Origin Germany or something like that, and basically a release date was sort of put out there for people to sort of screen grab, and then they were putting on Reddit and all sorts of shit. So apparently we're getting the next week, which is good, because the fuck is this guy with the C4, man? I outplayed them up, both those guys on the roof, and I just get fucking blown to pieces. But yeah, apparently it's next week, which is good news, because I've been wanting some more maps to play on in this game. Because when you're just playing the same ones over and over again, it can get a bit stale, and I personally was not a fan of China Rising. I really did not like that expansion pack. Like I mentioned at the time when it came out, that expansion pack reminded me a lot of Armored Kill, and I did not like that expansion pack for Battlefield 3. I just don't like those games where it's just, I don't know, there's a few maps that are just too wide open in that expansion pack. And I just don't like when you can just get shot by someone who's just a speck a mile away, or if they just sit in a tank on a hill and just shoot fucking everyone. I don't know, I did not like those maps that came out with that expansion pack. I feel that too many of them are too weak in too many game modes, and Silk Road is a perfect example of that. I don't think it's a great map in any game mode, really. I just think it's a sort of poor map where it's just desert and fucking, there's more desert, well done. But hope you guys enjoyed. Leave your comments down below with your thoughts. I kind of finished quite low down in this game just here on the scoreboard, but we done okay. Team was quite good. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.